Hello everyone, this is Dilip Kumar, Assistant Professor from Department of ECE. So, in the previous videos, we have seen the vector algebra followed by vector uh, products, multiplication, addition, then followed by coordinate systems. In coordinate system, we have seen three different types. One is Cartesian and rectangular, circular cylindrical, and spherical. And followed by, we have seen the transformations of individual coordinate system from one system to other system. So in continuation to that, we are going to see in this video regarding vector calculus. So here in this vector calculus, we will look into the, with respect to coordinate system, we will look into the vector calculus with the help of differential length, differential area, differential volume. One by one, we will look into this in today's video. Here you see this is rectangular Cartesian coordinate system with the coordinates x, y, and z. X, y, and z. So all the three coordinates of this system are orthogonal in nature. So before moving into this topic, let's look into the word called integration. Integration means adding up, adding up. So suppose if I write the equation 0 to 2 x dx, it seems, suppose here x is a single dimension or one dimension parameter. Here the x has been distributed along the range from 0 to 2. This is the meaning of this statement, this expression. Here you are going to add the entire values that exist in between 0 to 2. All these values will get add up using the symbol integration, and each the entire range has been divided into so many number of parts, small parts or small elements. These part or element we call it as dx. We call it as this part as a dx. Now each element with respect to starting from the range 0 to 2, you are going to add the value of x to get the total value x. Total value of this expression. Okay. Now in order to get this, just using uh, mathematical equations or mathematical formulas, using integration, x, if you integrate, you will get x square, okay, by 2, using the formula x power n plus 1 by n plus 1, okay, 2 plus 1. So this is the part. After this, if you apply the limits, then you will get value. So this is the final value. What is that equal to this expression? Now this is about integration. Integration is nothing but adding up. So this word we are going to use in this coming topics, and I would like to I use this word here, integration, before starting this topics, because I would like to know what is this dx. Dx is called a very small element. Using this element, such number of elements, you are going to add up from one point to other point. The point may be from 0 to 2, or from x to y, okay, or from m to n, or some n to p, whatever the values you are adding up from one position to other point, one position to other position. This is about integration. Let's look into this figure, first one, that is vector calculus, differential elements in Cartesian coordinate systems. The differential elements are here. If you take dx, dy, dz, these are the differential elements. So what this each element that you are representing in each system, it respect to the axis of that coordinate. So dx we are mentioning here, so dx is parallel to this line of x coordinate, that is why it has been represented as a dx. And dy is in this line, this is parallel to this y coordinate, that is why it is represented with dy. And dz is parallel to z coordinate, that is why it is represented with dz. So all these is, I mean, differential elements is dx, dy, dz. Here you can able to see there is a small portion of the cube like structure. It is a small element out of the entire portion of this box. Let it be, you can extend this portion into all the directions so that you can get all these values. This block in this direction, so you can add this one in different ways to have the entire large sized block. To have entire block has been subdivided into small number of blocks. In that small number of blocks, one such block is shown in this figure. Okay, so let me show in the form of a diagram. So let me draw a figure here. If you see, this is the block, cube-like structure, where it is with a bigger size, which is not equal to the figure shown here. Now, this is a cube-like structure. This cube has been divided into multiple parts or multiple elements or equal sized block, equal sized cubes. Let me show in this other color, small block. Okay, small cube-like structure. So one cube. Similar way, you can have the other cube beside to this, which is of equal size, right? Like this, it goes on. Okay, like this, it goes on. Such cubes you may have in the into this entire larger cube. So among these, one such cube is mentioned in this figure. That is what here. Okay. Now, each side of this cube, small cube, is mentioned with such differential element that is called dx, dy, dz. Okay, and unit vectors is represented with ax, ay, az. Then differential element in this Cartesian coordinate system is represented with the values with, I mean, with the parameters length, okay, next area, next volume. Here, before writing this expressions length, area and volume, let's look into the another one. Suppose if you have a point, it is a point. You can able to represent this point with x comma y comma z. Or if you want to represent a line, okay, then we require more than one point. More than one point, let us take 2 or 3 points. Okay, 3, 4 points. So joining of all such points, it forms a line. Now, in order to have a plane, this is a line join, I mean, joining all the points, it forms a line. In order to have a surface or a plane, then you need to have a such lines to be placed, okay, in a such a manner in order to form a plane. Now this is a plane, this is the plane, this is a plane, right? Next, in order to have the closed surface, such planes has to be formed to get a closed surface. This is closed surface. One of these closed surfaces shown here. Okay, joining all the points will forms a line. Joining all such lines gives the plane or a surface surface is an open surface. So here, such as open surfaces, if you make it join together, form a volume or a closed surface. Here, if you see, differential length is to be represented with and value or the notation dl bar, and as it is a line, it has a certain direction and it is represented with dl. Okay, so if you take a normal line, so this line can able to place in the system coordinate system with respect to only one coordinate. So in order to represent with only one coordinate, then it has only one coordinate, that is dx, and such coordinate have a unit vector followed with the direction, then it is represented with ax. This is about line. Now, does the line will always exist in x coordinate only? No. Line may exist in y, line may exist in z also. So you need to mention with the sign plus, then followed by dy ay plus dz az. This is about differential displacement or differential length with respect to rectangular Cartesian coordinate system. So next we will see differential normal areas. Okay. So here, these are the surface set. As I mentioned in the previous slide, I have shown in the drawn manner. I mean, in the sketch manner, I have shown you that joining the points forms a line. Okay, such lines, if you make it join together, form a closed line, which is called a surface. Such surface will have the sides with respect to the axis, with respect to coordinates of x, y, z. Okay, so if one plane has to be taken in any of the coordinate system, we need the differential elements are two. Previously, for the differential displacement, as it is a line, it considerable to be only one coordinate, but here it is need to be take two, not the one, because it is a surface. For the surface, we need a plane. Okay, of course, surface is nothing but a plane. It needs a two coordinates to represent a surface. So here, three different types of surfaces have been shown with respect to reflection, which is action, necessary action is taken, normal action, okay, access is taken. That is why it is called differential normal surface areas. Let us take a ball. Let us take a ball here. A ball has been, some ball has been placed. Some ball, if you thrown onto this surface, which is the coordinate differential elements dy and dz, what is the action reflection is only in the direction of x, not in any other direction. In the same manner, if you hit the ball here in this plane, in the second figure, in the b figure, if you hit the ball, the same ball, if you hit it here, it will go in the opposite manner only in the ay direction, not in az or in ax. The same manner, if this is a floor sake, that is a dy dx plane. Okay, if you hit the ball now here, then it reflects backwards in the direction of z, not in dx or dy. This is one of the example that you can easily understand why normal vectors ax, ay, az has been mentioned. Whatever the action that is taken on these planes, it will have necessary action, resultant action will take only in the normal places. Normal in the sense perpendicular 90 degrees action will be taking place here. So here, that is why the name it is mentioned with differential normal surface areas. Instead of differential surface areas, it is mentioned with normal, because all the action will be only in the perpendicular manner. So here, normal surface areas ds is mentioned with ds bar, as for the surface, you need two differential elements to represent a minimum plane. So ds equal to dy, then dz. So okay, so for the first one, for the first figure A, I am writing dy dz, and normal is taking with ax. Similarly, I can able to write ds equal to dx dz, and normal is ay. Similarly, ds equal to dz dy az. This is what. Okay. The same has been mentioned in the text format below this figure. You can able to see. Okay. Next, we will see about differential volume. Here, okay, differential volume is nothing but the entire closed surface. Okay, entire closed surface. So differential displacement line, differential, that is a dl, differential normal surface ds, differential volume, it is a dv. So as it is a dv, it is to be taken with the whole block, whole cube like structure, entire thing you need to consider, not the single one, right? So as it is a dv, you need to take the entire, all the three coordinates of the differential elements, dv equal to dx dy dz. Okay, here overall to say dl and ds both are vectors because they are representing with respect to certain directions. Then dv is scalar. This is about to say here. Next, so even from figure you can see p to q, p to q is a dl bar, dy ay bar, because moving in the direction of y. If you move from q to s, if you move from q to s, dl equal to, you can have, see, let me write. So if you take the direction p to q, okay, p to q, it is only a line, right? Then you need to consider dy ay. Or if you want to move from q to s, if it is a q to s, q to s, this is a q and this is s. If you want to move from this portion to this portion, it is not a line, it is going to be cover two coordinates, not a single coordinate. Then you need to write the dl as dy and ay respective coordinate to first one, and dz az, two coordinates you have written. The other coordinate is absent, that is why, that is ax is absent, ax term is going to be 0 here. The same manner, because it moves dy along ay, okay, and dz along az, and dx is 0 here. Similarly, to move from d to q, from this point d to q here, now it is changed, it is moving in a space. If it is moving with the space, you need to take up with respect to line all the three coordinates you need to consider. Now dx ax plus dy ay plus dz az, all the coordinates has covered. This is what here. Okay, so next we will see circular cylindrical coordinates vector calculus, that is a differential elements in those systems. Here the displacement, that is a differential displacement, to see as a similar thing, there is a small portion has been considered. So you may have the similar portion also, you may get it like this. Okay, like this, like this. There are similar kind of cube shaped structure, that is the entire cylinder has been divided into small number of portion elements. Such portion has been shown in this figure. This is a blue shaded one. Okay, now if you want to write the differential displacement for this coordinate system, you can say dl bar equal to, with respect to the coordinates, d rho a rho plus rho d phi a phi plus dz az. Here, additionally, in the previous case of the Cartesian system, we don't get the scaling factor of any x, y, z. Here, in this system, we are getting additional scaling vector, that is rho, for this second term, along with the unit vector and differential element. So why that is? Because here rho phi z are the coordinates for this circular cylindrical system. Rho is a scaling factor for this second term phi. So here phi has been projecting towards from x to y, and it is covered with the range with respect to the radius of this cylinder. So as in order to mention this angle rho, I mean phi, we need to get the radius of the cylinder. Otherwise, we can't get the element d phi. And dz is same as it is, and d rho is nothing but it is also a direction of the length. That is why it is mentioned as it is. Okay. Then this is about differential displacement. Then next look about differential normal areas for this system. See, the entire portion has been divided sides. If you see all the sides with the different shapes has been look here. So first one, differential normal surface. One side has been constant, remaining two sides are variable. Here is a one portion, this is a one side, that is a phi side. This is a phi side which is moving from x to z, and the other one is a dz. This is a dz direction. Okay, this is a dz. There is a z direction. So using these two, you can able to write d phi and dz. As just now we have seen in the previous slide. So whenever there is a phi term is a differential element is exist, then we need to have a scaling factor of rho. That is what it is mentioned. Then as the surfaces exist, then we need to take the action is in perpendicular. Then the unit respective unit vector will be arrow. This is what we got. ds equal to rho d phi dz arrow. The same similarly you can able to write b and c, which is shown in this bottom of the figure. Okay, that is ds equal to d rho dz a phi rho d phi az. Okay, so here the highlighted letters S, which is represents it is a vector. Okay, it is a vector. Dark bold one S, A rho, A phi, A jet, all these belongs to vectors. Next, what about the volume? Volume for this circular cylindrical, dV equal to d rho d phi dz. This is the actual one, but as the phi term is there, scaling factor rho should be there. So this is about the final differential volume for the circular cylindrical. Next, to see the other system, spherical coordinate system. Here you see spherical coordinate system. Similarly, the entire spherical system has been divided into small number of blocks. One such block has been shown here with the coordinates r, theta and phi. R, theta, phi. R is the radius of the sphere, theta is the elevation angle of the sphere, I mean point P to represent, and phi is azimuthal angle which is represented in a horizontal plane. So for this differential, I mean differential displacement, dl is represented with dr ar plus d theta and a theta. Here theta is elevation plane representation. For this you need to have a scaling vector, scaling factor r, plus your d phi and a phi, that is azimuthal angle plane. However, azimuthal angle plane requires the term r sine theta, which covers the entire region. So we need the scaling factor here additionally, r and r sine theta for the displacement. Next, look into the differential normal surfaces. Here it's the same thing. Once again, two sides is required for the surface. The two coordinate axis is required. So here, as we represented in the displacement line, two sides, suppose ds bar equal to, so here r sine theta, okay, d theta. For the first figure I am writing r sine theta d theta, then r d phi. Okay, so if you multiply you will get r square sine theta, sorry I forget, right, unit vector ar bar, r square sine theta d theta d phi. This is how we got for first normal differential normal surface. Similarly we can get it for the second one and the third one. And the differential volume, to say, easily we can get dv equal to, you can take the product of all the three, r square sine theta dr d theta and d phi. This is the differential volume for the spherical coordinate system. So next we will see about the how the integration has to be taken up with respect to the line and surface and volume. As initial of this video I have been mentioned, in order to do the integration, the adding up of elements, we need the element is to be dx or dy or dz. One element is required, small element. Using such elements, if you add up, then it is gives an integration. Such elements, if you want to add in line or a surface or a volume, let's look into this example. Using this example, we will look. So here the line integral has been mentioned with the notation integral followed by bottom of the integration with the letter L, and the element will be differential element dl bar, and some function has to be mentioned with the notation a bar is a vector, is the integral of the tangential component. Okay, it is a tangential component of a bar along the curve L. So this is the path of the curve. Let this is the path A and towards B, pointing from A to B. Among this path, these are the flux lines. Okay, the blue color lines, these are the flux lines with the vector a bar function. Okay, now here the given vector a bar and the curve L. Okay, this is a curve L. Then integration for this one is to be represented with, you can get the integration for this integration as the length is from a to b, you can mention from starting limit to ending limit, that is to write the distance total value where you need to add, and the function will be the magnitude of the a bar, and it is a cos theta and dl. So this is how we got it. The same thing, very easily you can get it, as there is a dot product between these two functions, the differential element and the vector. Just like you can have the a bar dot b bar equal to ab cos theta, right? The same thing I mentioned. So a bar is mentioned, dl is mentioned, and cos theta is mentioned. The same thing I wrote it here, the same I applied dot product, apply dot product for this integration. Okay, now as the line integral of a bar around L, okay, line integration of a bar around L, if the path of integration is a closed curve, let the path this be closed curve. Okay, then with the closed curve, the additional point C, okay, additional point C, then the closed integral will looks to be like this. Same L you have to mention with surrounding on top of the integration, you have to mention with the circle. It represents that the line is closed now. Previously it is in open. Previously this integration is open integral, open line integral. This is a closed line integral. Obviously As we said in the previous slides, once the line is completely closed, then it is a open surface. Even that also we can call it as, which is called circulation of A bar around L. Okay. Now let's look into, if it is closed, that is the entire line is closed, A, B, C, A is closed, then it looks to be surface. How it looks to be surface with respect to equation? Let's look into that now. Okay. Here it is represented with the function now psi. Here psi is nothing but a flux. Flux is nothing but the mean is rate of flow of energy on the given surface. Rate of flow of energy on the given surface. Now this energy is flowing. The blue lines is shared, blue line showing with the function A bar is a vector, is a flow of energy on top of the surface. Okay. Here it is represented with the function integration. Now the line has been, closed line is equal to open surface. You can change it, and the function as it is A bar cos theta. Okay. And as it is a surface, you need to change the function is to be ds, not dl. Okay. Now in order to write in a general format of equation, you need have a normal vector, obviously when it is a surface, A bar, then an into ds bar. Here an is normal unit vector. Okay, this is how to represent. Here this to write in a simple manner, psi equal to surface A bar ds. It is for any point on the s. Flux is on any point on the s value to represent. Then this has to be continued. If the surface has been closed, that is psi equal to integral s A bar ds. If surface are closed, then it becomes volume. Similarly, it is equated to volume integral rho v dv. Instead of function vector, I have changed rho v. The volume integral of a scalar rho v over the volume v. So here the physical meaning of line, surface or volume integral depends on the nature of the physical quantity represented by A bar or rho v. This is the final to say about line, surface and volume integral. Hope you all understand. If you want to look into very carefully, you can play back the video very slowly, or even you can pause the video and understand very carefully the points. Next, we will look into the other one, that is del operator. This also will plays very important role in next further topics in next coming videos, where you can able to see gradient of a vector, gradient of a scalar, curl of a vector, divergence of a vector, Laplacian of vector. In all those terms, we are going to use this del operator. These are the usage of del. The del operator is to represent with the symbol like this. This is a del operator. Is a vector differential operator. So we usually represent this del operator with the equation dou by dou x into ax, and it is represented with the partial derivatives dou by dou y ay plus dou by dou z az. This is about the del operator equation. Now here the vector differential operator, otherwise known as, this is the other name, that is a gradient operator. Okay, in itself, when it operates on a scalar function probably, and it operates on a vector function also. Here the operator is useful in defining the different places. First one is, it can be used in the gradient of a scalar, first use. Second one, it can use as in divergence of a vector. Next, third one, it can use as a curl of a vector. It can use as Laplacian of a scalar. So we will look about all these 3-4 usages in the next coming videos. Okay. For in this video, we will look about in detail about del operator, that is to represent in different coordinate systems. So here this coordinate, I mean either this equation is relates to Cartesian coordinate system, Cartesian coordinate system. Here the del operator to represent. Then the same thing, if you want to represent the del operator in circular, cylindrical and spherical system, you can using the transformations. I use the word transformation. If you want to recollect the transformation, go back to the previous videos, which was seen separately explained on transformations of 3 different systems, that is the Cartesian coordinate, circular, cylindrical and spherical coordinates. Here in order to represent with circular, cylindrical, so first initially we need the coordinates rho phi z. So rho is with the value x square plus y square and tan phi equal to y by x. So here you can get it the transformation functions from that, that is ax equal to cos phi a rho minus sin phi a phi, ay equal to sin phi a rho plus cos phi a phi. From this, if you apply the differential partial differentiations, dou by dou x equal to cos phi dou by dou rho minus sin phi by rho dou by dou phi. Similarly, dou by dou y equal to sin phi dou by dou rho plus cos phi by rho dou by dou phi. Now, if you substitute these terms, that is dou x, dou y, as with respect to these two systems, that is circular, cylindrical and Cartesian systems, in both the systems, the z is same. There is no change in z. It is a Cartesian xyz, circular, cylindrical rho phi z. As the z is the same, there is no change in z. Only the changes are takes place in x and y. Now, if you substitute these two values in this equation, that is in del operator equation, then it looks to be del equal to cos phi dou by dou rho minus sin phi by rho dou by dou phi into ax plus sin phi dou by dou rho plus cos phi by rho dou by dou phi into ay plus dou by dou z az. The last term z is same, so there is no change in it. If you simplify the terms with respect to the get the equation like instead of x by z, we need to get a final term to be rho phi z. You take the common terms like and simplify, get the value like this, like cos phi ax plus ay sin phi plus 1 by rho dou by dou phi minus sin phi ax plus cos phi ay plus dou by dou z into az. So finally, this term we can write like this. This entire term using the transformations, this term can be completely replaced with the unit vector from the unit vector transformations. That is the final term del equal to rho by dou rho a rho plus 1 by rho dou by dou phi into a phi plus dou by dou z into az. This is the final equation, that is del operator is representing in circular cylindrical coordinate system. Circular cylindrical coordinate system. Next, we will see the del operator in spherical coordinate system. So circular rectangular coordinate system is with xyz, and circular cylindrical coordinate system rho phi z, and the spherical coordinate system is represented with r, theta and phi. Let's look into that r, theta, phi of spherical coordinate systems. Am I raising? So you can pass and look out the derivation very clearly, no problem later. So here, for spherical coordinate system, coordinates are theta and phi, and conversions are equal to root of x square plus y square plus z square, and tan theta equal to root of x square plus y square by z, and tan phi equal to y by z. These are the conversions, normal conversions. Let's look into the equations, how it looks to be. So that is dou by dou x equal to sine theta cos phi. So I am writing it fast, so later you can go through slowly. Then finally dou by dou z equal to cos theta dou by dou r minus sine theta by r dou by dou r dou theta. So all these functions we can get using the transformations. So substituting all these equations in this del operator, then we can get the final del operator in terms of spherical coordinate systems. AR del equal to AR into dou by dou r plus A theta into 1 by r dou by dou theta plus A phi into 1 by r sine theta dou by dou phi. This is the final equation, that is del is to be represented in spherical coordinate system. So this is how what we have seen in this video, starting from the vector differential elements, that is differential elements, differential displacement, differential surface, normal surface, differential volume, then followed by the integration differential elements, using differential elements and integration, how to represent it with line, surface, volume integrals, then followed by the del operator to represent it in three different systems, that is Cartesian and circular cylindrical and spherical coordinate system. In the next video, we can see how the del operator can able to use as a gradient, as a divergence, as a curl and Laplacian. This is about uh, this. In the next video, we can have the continuation of this del operator usages in all these four. Thank you. Thank you.